Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another Instagram Live. You guys, I have something to talk about. Today I want to talk about if we are using spirituality as a way to self-sabotage. Trigger warning. So, let me know if any of these concepts resonate with you. The concept of not taking action or delaying the action you know you need to take because of divine timing, or honoring your feminine energy, or following the path of least resistance. So many of us use these spiritual concepts to bypass what we know we need to do. And so we take more oracle cards and we pull more tarot cards and we do more energy healings and more meditations. But when it comes down to actually taking action, we freeze and we hide. Why is this happening? It feels like it's such an important topic and so common in the spiritual community, that so many people are delaying and postponing taking action, and they are using spirituality and spiritual concepts and spiritual teachings as an excuse to not take the action that they know they need to take. And so the actions that they are actually taking, like meditating or pulling oracle cards or tarot cards or connecting with your spirit guides or whatever, these practices are actually disassociating us further from this reality. So at some point, using meditation, connecting with our spirit guides, doing light language and energy healing and oracle cards can start becoming an excuse because we're actually afraid of taking action in the physical. And so we dissociate and we go into the ethers and we go into other dimensions. And we keep asking for signs, we keep asking for clarity. Meanwhile, you're here and you keep postponing and delaying the action that could completely change your life. It's not about reading more books or taking more oracle cards or tarot cards to confirm that you're ready. You don't need to ask your spirit guides if you're ready. You just need to decide that you are ready and take action. So many times we are sabotaging ourselves with these spiritual concepts just because we are terrified. And why are we so terrified to be in the physical, to take action in the physical? It's because our bodies and our nervous system don't feel safe to take action. It feels safer to dissociate, to spiritually bypass and postpone and make excuses than it is to show up and take action and show up again and take more action. So there are so many of us just using these spiritual concepts to fool themselves, honestly, to self-sabotage. You can't meditate your way out of doing your laundry. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things that you are not meant to transcend or bypass. Because what would be the point of being in a human body and having this experience if you were just supposed to transcend it? You can't meditate your way out of your responsibilities. There has to come a point where you realize that you are bullshitting yourself because you are afraid of facing discomfort. And you're afraid of facing discomfort because your body doesn't feel safe. So what is the solution? The solution is not to read more books, to do more meditations, to further dissociate and connect with your spirit guides, or do some light language healing on yourself. The solution is expanding the capacity that you have in your body and in your nervous system to face discomfort. We sabotage ourselves in so many ways and we don't even notice it. Especially the spiritual people, you guys, it's hilarious how much they self-sabotage and make excuses. Oh, I'm honoring my feminine energy, or I'm waiting for divine timing, or Mercury is in the microwave, or whatever. I call spiritual bullshit on all of it. You're asking the universe or your spirit guides if you are ready. Well, this whole time you have always been ready. You've just been terrified of facing discomfort. You've just been terrified of facing the discomfort that comes with your next level of embodiment, your next level of evolution. Life is like a video game. And if you keep playing the same way, you don't get to the next level. So for you to get to the next level, you need to face discomforts necessary for you to pass to the next level. And guess what? When you get to the next level, some things will be easier because you're used to them, and some things will be harder because that's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you more embodied, more powerful, more you. We talk so much in the spiritual community about living your destiny and manifesting your dreams. But we're not supposed to have just a passive experience in our life. We're supposed to be the creators, the ones that make things happen. So instead of putting our power externally, waiting for a sign, waiting for a savior, waiting for divine timing, waiting for confirmation, it's about bringing that energy inwards and realizing that being ready doesn't mean that you feel comfortable. It just means that you made a decision and that you are showing up. That's just it. But so many people would rather stay in their comfort zones than to face discomfort. And you know what's funny? Is spiritual people who say they are light workers and star seeds and the ones who are here to birth a new earth, and then they are completely unable of leading themselves. But they think they are supposed to save the world somehow. But they can't even lead themselves through tiny discomforts in their human day-to-day life. So what is going on here? Are we so much in love and focusing on the upper chakras and the other dimensions and all of that, that we dishonor our humanity and we bypass the things that we physically need to do to actually become leaders who are capable of actually making a powerful, positive impact in the world? If you can't even wake up early or take yourself to the gym, these tiny things, if you can't even do that, how do you expect to make a really big positive impact in the world? I'm going to say something that just came to my mind, and it's going to be bold and it's going to trigger a lot of people. The world doesn't necessarily need more people meditating. The world needs more people taking action, facing discomfort, and leading themselves. You can only activate others into their leadership when you are leading yourself. Seriously. How can you expect to become a conscious leader of the new earth or a starseed or a light worker if you can't be in the physical, if you can't take action in the physical, because your body, your system can't hold it, can't hold the intensity, the pressure, the density, the discomfort. So we must work on our nervous system capacity to face discomfort consistently and exponentially, so that it becomes easier with time. But it's not about waiting for a sign or for something forever. It's about just making a decision to face discomfort and start right now. It's actually that simple. It is simple, but it's not easy. Because your body feels threatened. Your nervous system goes into alert, into shock. Because it doesn't feel safe to metamorphose into the next level of you. It doesn't feel safe to expand. It doesn't feel safe to become more. So we shrink, we hide, we postpone, we delay, we bypass, we make excuses. What if instead of making excuses, we start making ways? And when our body and our nervous system is uncomfortable, feeling threatened or unsafe, we hold it. We teach it safety in the discomfort through trust and action and leadership. I feel this is such an important conversation for us to have, especially for those of us who feel like they have some sort of mission to help others. How can you help others if you can't even help yourself? If you truly believe that your mission on earth is just to meditate and that's how you help, then great, go do that. But for most of us, it's about taking action. It's about being in the physical, not just being in the ethers. That's why it's so important that we are embodied, that we are in our bodies, and that we create safety in the discomfort of taking action and expanding. You know what a quantum leap requires, for example? You stretching the capacity of your nervous system to be in a new reality, to receive something new, to manifest something. But if your body and your nervous system is not on board, it doesn't feel safe to receive your manifestations. It doesn't feel safe to live your dreams and to fulfill your destiny. And so you self-sabotage unconsciously to protect yourself. So we need to show ourselves that we are safe facing the discomfort needed for our evolution. That's just it. Sometimes we are waiting for a big sign of like, you're ready. And we feel like one day you will just wake up and you'll feel, now is the time and now I'm ready. But actually, it gets to be a decision that you make. It's so much easier. And well, it's not easier, but it's so much simpler than we think. But it's not easy because our bodies are freaking out. This is why inside activation and in my private one-on-one coaching, we focus on creating safety in our bodies and in our nervous system while facing discomfort, while taking action. It's really simple. So, yes, I'm reading what you're saying. That's such a great point. So, I was talking about this inside activation yesterday. When we keep consuming information, like you listening to this, if you don't take action on it, the information stays in your mind and remains a potential that is not tapped into. And so it remains a potentiality that is never actualized. So it's not about consuming more information. It's not about reading more books. It's not about listening to what I'm saying. It's about doing something with it. What are you doing about it? Yesterday, I guided everyone inside activation through a practice, a somatic practice between our human side and our spiritual side. And we had them have a conversation. Then I invited them to share with me what was the main insight that they got from the practice. And then I told them that the most important part of the practice is not the practice itself. The most important part, the golden nugget, the key, is the embodied action that you take after doing a practice, after receiving an activation. So I keep saying this all the time. Your clients don't come to you for information. They come to you for activation. So for example, here, I'm sharing information with you. Inside activation, we share activations for you to not just listen to what I'm saying, but for you to experience it for yourself. And one of the best ways to start facing discomfort and stretching the capacity of your nervous system for you to actually become a leader who is actually fulfilling your destiny is start doing things that are uncomfortable. Whatever those things are. It's like, I don't feel like going to the gym, but I'm gonna go. I'm afraid of doing this, so I'm gonna do it. I'm afraid of dancing in public, so I'm gonna dance in public. It's what I'm saying. It's very simple, but it's not easy because our bodies freak out. So what we do in my world is we get to do it together. I cannot, and I shared this yesterday as well, I cannot do the practice for you. I cannot post the video for you. I cannot go to the gym for you. I cannot eat healthy for you. I can only do it for me. And you can only do it for you, but we get to do it together. We get to expand together. There is a momentum that is created when there's a group of people all focusing and being accountable for their evolution. So when it's all of us stretching the capacity of our nervous system and doing things that make us feel uncomfortable, then it's easier for others to do it too. Just that. Whew. Only you know what you need to do. Depending on what your objectives are, your goals, your destiny, your dreams, it's up to you. But what we get to do is to help you through your transformation. You guys, the call we did yesterday was so life-changing. It literally blew all our minds. And then something really funny happens. I asked everyone, what is one embodied action that you will take after doing this practice? Because the practice itself doesn't bring transformation. The practice itself, it's like a feel-good moment that gives you some dopamine and some sense of achievement. But if nothing changes in your life on the long term, then it was pointless. It was just a fun moment we had together. And so I asked someone, what is one embodied action that you can take? And someone said, dancing. And I was like, this is such a perfect example. So I asked, when are you going to dance? How many times are you going to dance? Where are you going to dance? How are you going to dance? Give me the tangible, the tangibility of it. Give me the practical, precise ways that you're going to do this. Because saying that you're gonna dance, guess what you will do tomorrow? You will postpone and make an excuse. Because that's what we do sometimes. So when I asked this person to be specific about when, how, where they were going to dance, they couldn't give me an answer. And they said, oh, when my masculine energy makes time and structure for my feminine energy to flow. And it's all this conversation in the mind, but no action. And I said, if you don't actually dance, you won't believe in yourself next time that you say you're going to do something. You're just making an excuse again. The only way for your life to change is for you to take action. And your body will freak out because of trauma, because of limiting beliefs, because of excuses, because it doesn't feel safe. And you need to teach it safety as you keep moving. So this is why the most important part inside activation in my work is the somatic aspect of it. It's not the channeling and the connecting with your spirit guides and all of that. It's the somatic physical experience where you get to bring the discomfort that you are facing and we go through it and teach your body that it's safe to go through it. And then we take an embodied action on the practice that we just did. And this is literally the key that starts changing everything. You guys. I guess that's it for today. If you want to experience this for yourself, join us inside activation. Join me in my private coaching if you're actually wanting to quantum leap out of your pseudo-spiritual excuses and trauma, not by bypassing them, but by taking embodied action and showing your nervous system that it is safe to expand. It is safe to move. It is safe to become more. It is safe to take up space. It is safe to be you. So comment activation if you want to join us, or send me a message for private coaching for you to actually experience this for yourself. Because again, if you're just listening to what I'm saying, but you don't do anything with it, if you're listening to everything I just said today, and you don't go ahead and today choose to do something that makes you uncomfortable, what I said remains information and noise in your mind that you then forget. But it becomes an activation when you listen to it. It activates something in you and you go take an action. So, tangible steps now. What will you do today? Today, you guys. Not tomorrow, today. What is one thing you can do after listening to this? And you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for you. What is one aligned action that you can take that makes you face some sort of discomfort, for you to hold yourself through the discomfort and show yourself that it's actually safe to dance in front of other people, to call that person, to go live on Instagram, to make your a video, to go to the gym, to blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is. What is one embodied action that you will take? And this is how transformation happens. So, that's it for today, my loves. I'm sending you all the blessings, and I will see you on the next one.